The 10 a.m. Express.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a warm welcome back to the 10 a.m. Express on another beautiful Thursday morning. And of course, we know that when it's Thursday, it's time for our recipe segment. And I know you're super excited about that. We always get loads of messages before the program asking for the recipe in advance. Well, our guest today is Adiba Halford, owner and head baker at Cookies and Cream, who speaks to us today. Assalamu alaikum to you, Adiba.
Walaikum salam.
How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, yourself.
Alhamdulillah. I know the nerves are, I can see that you're very
Yes.
nervous, but I know all people, whenever we do our recipe segment, most people are very nervous. But when we get to speak about your passion, it flows. So don't worry, don't stress. We've got you. We're matching today, by the way, for those of our viewers who are watching us live on Facebook as well. Well, tell us a little bit about Adiba, your upbringing and how this was part of creating your passion for cooking and baking.
Okay, so basically growing up, I think everybody's story starts like that, where you are in the kitchen with your mother, watching her, and my mother I think she can make just about anything.
Mm.
So I was always sitting next to a table, and soon my job was putting the cherries into the biscuits, coating the Romani creams with chocolate. I was even the kusista delivery girl, where the aunties would give you a 20 cent or 50 cents for delivering it. So that was basically how it started.
Okay.
Yeah. So weekends, my fingers was normally colored in food coloring from dipping and rolling the fancies.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, but that's a very joyful memory, I think, for a child to have. That's something obviously you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so, obviously you got older, and now how did you get to the point of this is actually what I want to do as well?
It actually happened by chance. It was never,
A plan.
to be honest, I never ever thought that this was what I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I could always bake.
Yes.
But decorating wasn't one of the things that I would do.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, the decorating is where the cost comes in.
Yes.
So you will just basically make a normal cake and there you go. But then it was my daughter's birthday. I think she was 13 or 14, and I wasn't working at the time. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to bake her birthday cakes. I made 2, and I watched a few YouTube videos. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try my hand now at decorating. I posted those pics on Facebook, which I never do.
Yes.
And her birthday was in September. In October, I had so many inquiries already. I said to my husband, do you think this is something I should do? Because everybody's asking me.
Yes.
He said, give it a chance. You never know. In October was my first orders. And I had for that weekend 2 of my friends, Facebook friends actually, ordered, and I had 3 cake orders. And I was like, okay, this could lead to something. And that was October. By December, I was busy with Christmas orders, and then the business just started from there.
Alhamdulillah. So
Alhamdulillah,
how long
yes.
ago was that, Adiba?
That was about 6 years ago.
Okay, so you're 6 years into this
Yes.
business now, alhamdulillah, because looking at what you brought us today is a beautiful chocolate cake that I want you to tell us about in just a bit. And I'm looking at the decorations, and this is nothing like somebody that didn't like decorating or didn't have any knowledge. This looks like a pro had done this.
Okay, you'll see I brought you a they will call it an Oreo cake.
Mm-hmm.
And that is basically where my business name came from, because in the beginning, I think 1 or 2 people ordered Oreo cakes, and it just flowed from there. Everybody was just wanting Oreo cakes. And
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I don't think I can use the name Oreo. So let's just call it Cookies and Cream.
Okay.
And that's how it started.
So this is actually your signature cake, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to tell the listeners, I'm looking at the Oreo cake, with the Oreos on top of the cake, but I can also smell the Oreos from where I'm sitting. Is the Oreos part of the inside of the cake as well?
It's not. It's actually just the basic chocolate cake.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got chocolate mousse and caramel on the inside, and it's covered in chocolate mousse, and other decorations, obviously the Oreos.
Okay, so this is something that one could order from you. Or people can
Yes.
order like in advance, obviously for an event. What other cakes do you sell?
You know, this business has it actually just, how can I now say it? It just took over.
Mhm.
People will send me photos, and then I'm like, "Sure, you have a lot of faith in me, eh?" And then I normally just nail it. It's like sometimes I don't know, and I will ask, but I will
Yes.
watch a few videos. Like I have such amazing customers. They'll even tell me, like, once I had to make this money cake where you have to pull the thing out, and then the
Okay.
money would just roll.
Uh-huh.
And this lady would send me tutorials because I said, "Well, listen, I can't do this."
Yes.
And she would send me. I'm like, "Okay." She's like, I want you to make it. I don't want anybody else to do it.
Yes.
So I'm like, "Okay." So you can basically order from me any types of cakes. I'm doing even wedding cakes,
Mhm.
fancy, savories.
Okay.
Yeah, I do
And
just about
and
everything.
you touched on something very important here, is that this person believed in you, and I feel like any dream that is achieved, you always have that person backing you up, supporting you, pushing you.
Yes.
Speak to us about those people who have been your support.
I will always say I have amazing customers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it started out with Facebook friends. And I mean, I finished school a very long time ago. I'm not going to say how long, but this business has actually made me get into contact with so many old school friends because they would see something and then they were like, "Okay, do you think you can do this, or should I look for something else?" And I'm like, "No, I don't actually like to copy directly from a photo.
Yes.
So we will try and sometimes when it comes to kiddies cakes, I always say my passion lies there because I always like to give more.
And it's also an opportunity for you to be very creative,
Yes,
of course.
because now you will only maybe give me something simple as a rainbow, but then I'll add all the flowers and extra
Yes.
stuff because now I'm having fun.
Yes. And so that's important too. We always hear that people say when you're having fun in the work that you're doing, you're not really
No,
working,
yes,
you're just having
exactly.
fun. And so I feel like that somehow has been lost along the way. Work has now just become work. But for some people, such as yourself, I'm glad that you can actually say this
Yes, I
is.
really enjoy doing it.
That is amazing. And that's a message out there, for everybody to follow something which started off as you weren't sure in the beginning if this is going to work, but you went for it. And,
Yes.
and you had the backup and support as well.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. Like my husband phoned me earlier. He said to me, "You better mention me and
Okay.
how I get your flowers for
please,
you."
please do.
Because he has actually built up such a connection with the flower lady in Adelaide Street already.
Yes.
So a lot of people like the florals on the cakes.
Mhm.
And then they fight about him when he gets there. Then they'll say, "Nee, this very cook."
Okay.
So
And-
he said, "You better mention that I've got a contact for you."
Okay, alhamdulillah. And those are the small things that matters. It makes your task a little bit easier. And to know that there's someone who believes in you makes a world of difference, I
Yes,
suppose.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so you better not let him down. Please don't forget to send him a shout out. Well, we are not going to share this recipe specifically today. We are going to do the eclairs recipe.
Yes,
Okay.
I've brought the chocolate eclair recipe. Mine is slightly different to the norm.
Uh-huh.
I know normally they use the butter and the oil. The butter and the water, but mine is slightly different. But it actually happened by mistake. Not mistake, more like an accident.
Okay.
I ran out of butter and I thought, okay, if you can substitute the butter and oil in cakes, let's give it a try.
Okay.
So my ingredients is 1 cup of water, a quarter cup of oil, 1 cup flour, and 4 eggs.
Okay.
So the same like your butter and your water mixture that you'll do, you boil your water and your oil together.
Okay.
You remove it from heat, you sift in your flour and mix with a wooden spoon until a ball is formed and the sides of your pot is clean.
Okay. So basically, you're kind of scrubbing all of that out, putting it together.
So it will be a nice ball, yes. So I normally let that cool for about 5 minutes. Then I'll put it in a mixing bowl. Then you get people that will mix it with a wooden spoon. I prefer an electric mixer.
Okay.
So I'll add my eggs in one at a time. And then when it's a nice paste, it mustn't be too dry. So when it's a nice paste, then I know my mixture's right. So then I normally line my baking tray with baking paper. You can either pipe it or you can spoon it into the tray. But I know if you spoon it, it normally doubles or almost triples the size.
Okay.
So ever since I've made that change with the butter and the oil, I haven't gone back.
Okay, so what is the difference between the butter and the oil? Because you've obviously tried both recipes.
I think with the oil makes it a nice crisp shell.
Okay.
It's a nice crisp shell, and then it's like really like sweet nothings on the inside.
Okay, definitely something to
Yeah,
try.
so you basically just decorate it with. I normally use caramel and cream. Everybody doesn't like the banana in there, and then cover with chocolate.
Okay, so now I want to ask you, because you said you were, into YouTube tutorials and watching things for ideas as well. So I once saw that these eclairs were stacked up with ice cream and then chocolate syrup over, drizzling over that. And this person was eating that. It was like a little decoration. Do you think that is something? Does eclairs go well with ice cream as well?
It will. That's a good idea. It will
Let's
definitely, because I
check that
think
one out.
eclairs can just go with anything. Because I know some bakeries, they will slice it open and turn it around, flip it around, and put the fruits and creams on top.
Oh, okay.
They do that as well. I haven't done it yet, but that is normally what they also do.
So there's many ways in which you can actually use this, but I'm very curious to find out, like if you're putting fruit inside, does it not make the eclair soggy?
No.
No.
Maybe that is why the oil mixture works very well for me, but it doesn't make it soggy.
Even the cream as well?
No, it's not soggy at all.
Stay crispy.
It does. It's not an uncomfortable hard crisp.
Yes.
It's just a nice
Just
crunch.
right. Okay.
Yes.
So now, obviously, when we tried this, we want the whole family to try it out and everyone to tell us that it's okay, it's nice. But now, what happens to the leftovers? Because now you've got cream in it already and you've got your caramel inside. Do you store it in the fridge, or will it then become soggy?
Now you can store it in the fridge. It will go slightly softer, but not soggy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for how long do you think it can be kept in the fridge?
In the fridge? Oh gosh, that's how long your family will if they don't decide to raid it.
Yes, because I'm asking this because for people who maybe want to order from you for an event to collect the day before, perhaps and want
normally with eclairs, I normally prefer to bake it last. I'll do all the other fancies first, and I'll normally do that last, or I'll do it early the next morning.
Okay. So
on the day of the event, because yes, as fresh as possible, the eclair.
Okay.
The cakes are still fine for the night before and that, but I like the eclair to be
okay.
the last thing that I make.
All right. So now we've spoken about what goes inside, but there's always chocolate on top of the eclair, right?
Yes.
Tell us how we do the chocolate bit.
Well, you can, if you want to do a ganache, you can do the ganache with the cream and the melted chocolate, or you can just melt the chocolate just like that.
Yes.
And put it on. You just drizzle it on, basically.
Okay. So my producer is saying that we are out of time, so you've
quick.
very quick. So I just basically need you to share details with you, but we're going to go for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll share those details.
Okay.
Mug and Bean Kenilworth Centre is open for dinner. Come and treat yourself to their hearty and generous halal meat grills, gourmet burgers and tapas plates that are ideal for mixing, matching and sharing. Plus, there are more and more meat-free options on their new menu. Why not top off your meal with a delicious slice of freshly baked cake? Mug and Bean Kenilworth Centre. Strictly halal, ICSA certified.
Call and collect orders now on promotion. With every 150 Rand spent on takeaways, and get a free Asian cauliflower bite or a portion of wings absolutely free.
Itchy feet? Are your athlete's feet getting out of hand? Do you suffer from ingrown toenails? Is cutting your toenails more of a pain than the toes itself? Calluses, corns, and bunions is not what you asked for. Rescue your feet now at Feet for Life. Feet for Life. We treat all foot-related problems like diabetic feet, foot screening, and basic foot care. Visit Feet for Life at our 3 branches in Constantia, Rondebosch, and Mitchell's Plain. Contact them on 067 988-6045 or go to their website on www.feedforlife.co.za to book your appointment now.
We're back and ready to welcome you home. Your three favorite Spurs are ready to serve you your favorite meal for sit-down, deliveries and call and collect orders. Visit any of your three favorite Spurs, Topeka Spur, Kenilworth, Golden Feather Spur, Vangate Mall and California Spur, Westgate Mall, and treat yourself to breakfast, lunch or supper. Remember, safety first, so we're sanitized and energized.
Spur, people with a taste for life. Join One Up Cash and Carry for our super low prices. Mama's mayonnaise 750ml for only 20 Rand. Huggies Jumbo Pack 160 Rand. Simba Chips 120 gram. Doritos 145 gram. Both for only 25 Rand. Yum Yum Peanut Butter Spread 1 kg for only 50 Rand. Prices valid till 31st October 2022.
Talk more for less. It's easier with One Up Cash and Carry.
My radio station, your radio station, our radio station, the voice of the Cape.
Assalamu alaikum and a warm welcome back to the 10 a.m. Express. We're still in our recipe segment, and with me I've got Adiba Halford, the owner and head baker at Cookies and Cream. Welcome back, Adiba. Now we've shared the recipe, we've gone through the do's and don'ts, what to do with an eclair, what can go inside and on top. But tell us, how can people make contact with you for events, for to book or to place an order rather, and just to find out more about your business and what you have on sale?
Okay, so basically I have a Facebook page called Cookies and Cream by Adiba because there's a lot of cookies and cream pages. So I had to eventually add the by Adiba.
Yes.
So they know it's me. And then I have an Instagram page as well.
Okay.
So normally people will just pop me a message on the Facebook page, and then it normally gives you a pop-up with my contact details.
Okay, awesome. And then lastly, you better do that shout out now to your husband and your daughter outside as well. Give them a shout out.
Yeah, this is so Yusuf and Azra, and my boys will now be so upset if I don't mention them.
Please
That
do.
is Yakin and Imad. Shukran for the support. They normally my dishwashers. They normally need to come and clean up everything. So I must say a big shukran to them also.
Alhamdulillah. Shukran to you for coming out here today, Adiba. We wish you all of the best for your business. May it flourish and grow from strength to strength. Ameen. And may our listeners, come out in big support to make your business even more successful. Ameen.
And shukran so much for having me.
Afwan, Adiba. And we say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you.
Wa alaikum salam.
That was the voice of Adiba Halford, owner and head baker at Cookies and Cream, and concludes our recipe segment for this morning. Don't forget, you can message us on 08299139134 for the recipe if you do want that on the WhatsApp. And you can also still just check it out on Facebook as well and look at the beautiful cake that she's brought along to studio. But for now, it's time for our EC Kosa lesson number 248 for today. It's done by Imam Ismail Koyana, Imam at Sayyidina Bilal Masjid out in Kailicha. Let's take a listen.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen. Sayyidina wa nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear listeners of Radio Voice of the Cape, isigama, our vocabulary, isigama setu, our vocabulary. Kumnyama. Kumnyama. It is dark. Mnyama, dark. Mnyama, dark. Kumnyama. It is dark. Ziyafana, they are the same. Fana, same. Ziyafana, they are the same. Wonwabile, wonwabile, you are happy. Nwabile, happy. Wonwabile, you are happy. Nkulu, big. Nkulu, big. Inkulu, it is big. Phezulu, phezulu, high or on top. Phezulu, high, or it merely means on top. Iphezulu, it is high. Iphezulu, it is high. Kuyakhanya, kuyakhanya, it is light or it is lit. Kuyakhanya, it is lit. Khanya, light. Khanya, light. Or khanyisa. Khanyisa, light up. Khanyisa, light up. Different umahluko. Different